In July 1976, a tragedy occurred in a picturesque nature reserve in Wisconsin that shook the country. A young couple, David Schuldes and Ellen Matties, were brutally murdered in the midst of a romantic getaway. Their killings remained unsolved for many years until modern technology allowed detectives to revisit this convoluted case. How was the mystery hidden in the forest shadows solved decades later? What do a questionnaire and an envelope have to do with it? On July 9, 1976, in the McClintock Nature Preserve, Wisconsin, tragedy struck. David Schuldes and his fiancée Ellen Matties went to spend the weekend relaxing in the countryside. The couple set up camp in a secluded clearing and went for a walk. On the way, young Ellen went into the restroom. At that moment, her fiancé David was shot by an unknown assailant. The same maniac then raped and killed a young woman, whom he forced to walk deeper into the forest. The killer fled, leaving almost no evidence behind, except for biological traces on the victim's clothing. The investigation began immediately after the bodies were found, but investigators faced difficulties. The killer didn't take the victim's personal belongings, which indicated there was no financial motive. For many years, the case was handed from one detective to another, but without results. In the 1990s, Detective Craig Bates joined the investigation, applying the latest methods of criminology, including DNA fingerprinting. However, despite creating the genetic profile of the criminal, there were no matches in the database. In 2019, 43 years after the murders, there was a breakthrough when DNA samples from the crime scene were re-examined using modern techniques. The obtained data matched the profile of Raymond Van Nieuwenhoven, an 82-year-old man living in Lakewood, Wisconsin. Van Nieuwenhoven had been a suspect since the 1970s, but had evaded detection for decades. Investigators needed to confirm the killer's identity using DNA. And they used a trick. They asked Van Nieuwenhoven to fill out a questionnaire and mail it in. The suspect licked the envelope to seal it, leaving his saliva. After reanalyzing the DNA, everything matched. For many years, the widower and father of 5 adult children had lived in the quiet town of Lakewood in northern Wisconsin, just 25 miles from where he committed the horrible crime. Locals were surprised to learn that this calm man, known for his kindness, was involved in the murder of 2 innocent people. Van Nieuwenhoven never confessed, but the court ruled him guilty of the crime. In June 2022, the 85-year-old criminal died in one of Wisconsin's state prisons.